Hey guys, it's Sam with two M's, and welcome to another MYXclusive interview. Now, for today, with me, I have a young and talented artist to talk about how she's been, her debut single, Kung Pwede Lang, and everything in between. Everyone, please welcome Huhsmile!
Hi guys. Hi
Woo!
Mix. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's actually my first time being on Mix, so I'm super nervous and super excited. Then hello. Hi Sam. How are
Yes.
you?
Hi, Eunice. To everyone, Huhsmiles. Her actual name is actually Eunice. So thank you, Eunice, for joining us here today. And I'm so
Thanks for having
excited
me.
kasi first time mo nga dito sa Mix. So we're going to spend the next few, minutes talking about how you've been and getting to know you even more. So how have you been actually? How's life?
Uh I would say boring, but then that would be lying. I'm
Mm.
actually I'm actually working
Mhm.
on like a bunch of songs then, and I'm trying to get
Wow.
into gouache painting. So that's fun.
Gouache painting. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, I know you're also an artist, diba? So to everyone
Mm.
out there watching this, Eunice is actually also an artist. So aside from music, you also do like art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make comics.
Mhm.
If you go onto the page, like also like on Instagram and on Twitter,
Yeah.
sometimes I would just like post random comics about my day or just like
Mhm.
a funny little joke just because I
Mhm.
can. That's
Yeah.
actually how I started like being on the internet. I would actually just be
Mhm.
writing comics and stuff, and then
Yeah.
eventually I was just like, you know what? I'll upload song covers then with the same username, and
Wow.
yeah, and it just
Yeah.
kind of stuck. Yeah, yun.
Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. I love that your art came first and then music kind of just followed also. But I'm so jealous. I wish I was one of those people na parang randomly can just draw like a comic and upload it online. So that's so cool. Were you always doing art ever since you were young?
Yeah, I would think so. I started like anybody else, like, with
Mhm.
paper and then crayons or like
Yeah.
just pens
Cute.
and pencils. 'Di ba? But
Yeah.
then at some point my mother said, "Alam mo, sayang sa papel." So I was like, "Oh nga no." Medyo, like, I would,
uh,
like, go through, like, siguro mga 20 stacks of
mhm.
paper a day. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Oo nga naman, nice as well." And that was the point then when I considered, like, drawing things digitally 'cause
Hmm.
it's not just, like, less waste for, like, the paper,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also the medium is different, so it's a
Mhm.
lot more versatile. I don't have to buy, like, pencils and then, like,
That's
crayons or
true.
like and
Yeah.
then I think at some point I actually started drawing like on paint, like just
Mhm.
paint with a mouse. And
Yeah. Sa computer?
yeah, sa computer.
Oh my
Like I would just
God.
be on the computer with the mouse and then I would just like try
Yeah.
to make cool stuff. And then
Yeah.
eventually I think I was in high school when I
Mm-mm.
actually got an actual graphics tablet to actually start
Mhm.
drawing.
Yeah.
And dun na siya nag-kick off talaga. Nag-iba na yung playing field when I got the graphics tablet because I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I guess I'm taking this
Sip.
seriously."
Oh, commit na. But I love it your mom was like the one sayang paper. So environmentally conscious than si tita. So I love that. That's so cool. But now I'm curious, like you said, you started with art first and then you decided to upload like music or like covers also online. So how did it kind of transition or did how did like your art help you maybe in kind of pushing you towards music?
Um, I would say I've always liked singing and I've always liked
Mhm.
making up songs,
Yeah.
but I've never needed to put it online specifically.
Mhm. Yeah.
For the art, it was kind of just like, "Oh, I have all of these drawings. Where do I put them?" And
Yeah.
since, we're kind of just millennials, we're always on
Mm.
the internet. I was just
True.
like, I guess I'll upload them on Friendster. This is me
Yeah.
saying my age when I mentioned Friendster.
Yeah. Same. I feel like we're same generation. Feeling
Yeah,
ko. So
exactly. And
yeah, I know,
it was
yeah.
just kind of like cloud storage at that point. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Mhm.
guess eventually I'll probably want to look at this again. Let's put it
Yeah.
somewhere I can like access it easier. So I put it on
Mm-mm.
Friendster, and then after that, we transitioned to like other social media sites, and I just kept doing it.
Mhm.
Um, versus the singing, which I would just kind of like do privately. Like I'd
Mhm.
sing in my room or I'd
Yeah.
like play guitar in my room. I never really felt the need to like upload that on the internet
Mhm.
up
Mhm.
until to the point that I was just like, "Oh, I think I'll record this also and then I'll upload it also." It's
Yeah.
just the art kind of was there already. So when I was
Yeah.
uploading it under the same usernames, it was
Yeah.
just like, I guess this is the identity of this username now. It has
Yeah.
drawings and it also has like music. And I think
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, I love it. Very organic, natural process for you. It was kind of like just saving stuff. I know what you mean, like being able to look back at stuff that we've done or like through the internet, I think is a blessing for our generation. Being able to look back at all of those things. But with the music, that's really cool. Like, did you always think that you were going to become like a performer, like an artist, especially like with the transition you had? You're just like, it was kind of random, you kind of just like, okay, I'm going to upload this. So did you always think that you would become an artist?
No. I guess it was kind of like the graphics tablet moment. At some
Mhm.
point, I was just like, "Oh, I guess I'm taking this seriously."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like on the way there, I was just kind of having fun with it. I was just like, "Oh, I
Mm.
like doing this, and it's actually
Yeah.
fun making stuff." It's just that I didn't expect other people to actually enjoy the stuff that I put out also, which
Mhm.
you would include like my own friends and then their friends. They like my
Mhm.
cousins would be like, "Oh yeah, Ate, did you know that I sent my classmate this cover of yours and she really
Cute.
liked it?" And I'm like, "Why? Why did you do that?"
Yeah, yeah.
And like I guess I didn't expect the reception of people.
Mm,
And since
mm,
it was really good like it was good reception in general, I felt like, "Oh, I guess I'm not shy about putting this out there anymore."
mhm. Yeah.
Eventually, people in the industry actually took notice, and that's when they were like, "Hey, we're kind of interested in seeing if you want to take this further." And that was
Yeah.
the buying the graphics tablet moment for me. It was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, I guess, sure."
I love it. I love that. It was just like, okay, yeah, I'm committing now, which is, I think, yeah, the graphics tablet thing for you was when it came to music. So that's really cool. You never really thought that it would like, kind of like make you into like an artist, but it actually really did. So that's so cool. But I'm sure a lot of our viewers would also like to know um, the kind of music you also listen to that also influenced your type of music. So do you remember like your earliest memory of music or like when you thought or you fell in love with music?
Oh, all right. If I'm being honest, it's probably like the usual stuff that my mom would listen to.
Hmm. Yeah.
So probably like Destiny's Child,
Wow.
ABBA, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And my mom's kind of like she also really likes to sing. So
Hmm.
what she would do like when I was growing up is she would like play the songs out loud,
Hmm.
and then so I it would just like catch on in the entire house. And so even though
Yeah.
I couldn't read yet, it's just, oh, this is what a tune is. And then like I would try to like imitate the lyrics even though it's not the actual word because I don't know what words are yet. And
Cute.
I think at some point, because of that, my main influence in terms of singing is just
Mm.
you know, Beyonce and just
Yes, girl.
just them, just like the
Yeah.
queens and the kings.
Yeah.
Uh, I would say the first few songs that I started like singing would probably be church songs because
Oh.
my grandmother was very religious, so she'd like take us
Mhm.
to church all the time, and then
Yeah.
she'd like teach us how to sing the songs. Like
Mhm.
they're usually in Tagalog because my
Mm-mm.
grandmother's like how do I explain this? Her songs are like the deep Tagalog songs. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand the
I
lyrics.
can imagine. Yeah.
Mhm. But the tune is fun.
Yeah.
So eventually when I was growing up, that's when I started like making up songs in my head because I'm just like, oh, church songs are kind of just like this. You just like put
Mhm.
like the words and the melody and stuff. And so yeah, that's like me growing up. But then eventually I did move on to like J rock and J pop because I
Yeah.
watched a lot of anime as a kid,
Mhm.
and then just the usual like the things that you would listen to like One Direction, Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Oh, and Taylor Swift. I
Yes.
picked up a guitar because of Taylor Swift because it's like, oh,
Mhm.
she
Oh,
she can
really?
yeah, because like it
Mhm.
was really rare to see like somebody using an acoustic guitar who was also a girl in
Yeah,
like
at
that
the
age.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's always it was a very pop punk age. It was like Avril Lavigne with her electric guitar.
That's true.
Right? And I'm like, electric guitars are kind of intimidating because like you have to plug them into an amplifier. I'm like, okay, that's kind of scary to learn. But then Taylor Swift came out, and I was like, that looks doable.
Yeah, pwede na, pwede. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then I
Yeah.
guess because very inclusive din yung songs ni Taylor Swift in terms of the chords, like sobrang
Yeah.
dali lang niya.
Mhm.
I was just like YouTubing paano going, how do you do a
Yeah.
G chord, ganon.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when parang mas confident na ako in terms of like actually adding instruments to the songs that I would make up. And
Mhm.
yun, yeah.
Wow, quite a journey, I would say. And very diverse yung parang music influences mo din. So you went from Destiny's Child, Beyonce to like church songs too, and then also J-pop, J-rock, and then now you also have Taylor Swift, One Direction. So I think that's really cool that you're able to get influences from a lot of different people as well. But you personally, how would you describe, do you think, the music that you make as an artist, as Huhsmile?
Oh god, wait. I would say the music that I make is just honestly something I can sing.
Yeah.
It's usually like obviously I make it, so it's my
Yeah.
voice. So
Mhm.
like it's just me like thinking about things. So I would say it's very pop, very alternative because
Yeah.
um I'm generally not like great with like thinking of complicated instruments for my songs.
Mhm.
It's just my head and then like maybe a ukulele or something.
Yeah.
So um
Oh.
I know, but like I would say it's just very pop, very alternative, very chill type of
Mhm.
music. But then once, once people add in the drums and the effects, it does have a tendency to change into something snarkier or
Mhm.
something more I would suppose like it's either it gets witty or it gets like a little passive
Yeah.
aggressive. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say very honestly pop music,
Mhm.
but I think it can definitely turn into something else if like I collaborate with other people or like
Yeah.
I'm definitely like capable of like going into other directions. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool, keeping it open. You know what I mean? And I love it. It's kind of like pop music with an attitude. Like when you said it kind of can be a little bit like snarky, which I think is a great facet to music in general. It can have different like interpretations for other people, right? But before you actually became Huhsmile, you were also in a band before called Fighting River Blindness, if I'm not mistaken. So how was
Yeah.
that experience for you being in a band?
Um actually I feel like the guys definitely like made an impression on my personality in general.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. It's like having a bunch of older brothers that I never
Yeah.
asked for. I would say fighting river blindness. Oh, we're still together. It's just we're not playing as much because
Other
quarantine and
reasons.
stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I would say I'm a lot more comfortable working with other people because of them. And it's not just,
Mhm.
oh yeah, group project type of thing.
Yeah.
But before, whenever we would play gigs, it would always look weird that it's like if we're like at a bar and then they're like really big guys with tattoos and like
Mhm.
really cool looking people. And then I'm just like, hello, hi, nice to meet you.
I can imagine.
We're
I
playing
love it.
next. Um
Mm-mm.
and the fun thing is like I was with them like growing up and like kind of like getting over the stage fright of like playing
Mhm.
songs. So it was
Yeah.
nice having them like with me as I was getting through the whole, oh, this is what it feels like to be like on the stage with a bunch of people
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's a lot scarier on your own, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
For
So
sure. I can
yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
And
Mm-mm.
then so they're also like really big on like collaboration in terms of, oh hi, hello, I have lyrics, and then they're like, okay, Chan would be like, let me add the drums to this, and then Noki would be like, oh yeah, for sure, let's do the bass and then the guitar also with Kaloy.
Mhm.
And then Sud would also like, especially Sud because
Mhm.
he's been with like a bunch of bands also, so he's like, okay,
Yes.
so usually this is how this goes. And then we could do this if you want to. So they're
Mhm.
like really cool, really supportive people who I would say made growing up a lot easier and a lot
Mhm.
more fun. And like getting into the industry itself was actually not possible without them. like
Yeah.
cuz like I feel like a big chunk of how I approach the industry right now is because of them. Yeah.
Aw, I love
Oh.
that. So they were really able to kind of help you through, guide you through this kind of like industry too. Because I can imagine, yeah, it is pretty scary, like by yourself. But at least you had them with you to really bring you out of your shell too, and really help you through this journey. So that's really cool. And like what you said, they impacted you also, like the kind of person that you are. So that's really cool that you're able to experience that with them. But now your Huhsmile. So I've been curious, like, why did you choose Huhsmile as like your solo name, or like your name for your this solo project of yours?
Um, if I'm being honest, well, I
Mhm.
told I would tell everybody this naman. It's not really a secret,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
Husma is actually just my Ragnarok username growing
Oh
up.
wow, I love that throwback. That is so throwback.
Right? And
Yeah.
like so initially kasi when I didn't have a computer yet, obviously every
Mhm.
like all of the kids before would just play at like computer shops. And so
Yeah.
I would be playing with some of the kids from the neighborhood, some of them are like my
Mhm.
cousins and stuff. And so I made up Husmile because I thought it was like really cool and I was actually trying to animate something along
Mhm.
those like themes. And I
Mhm.
didn't think it would stick. The
Yeah.
reason it stuck is like, pag naglalaro ka ng Ragnarok, and
Mhm.
sometimes your friends would give you stuff. Na parang, here, I have this card that you can use. Can you keep it in your inventory? And I'm like, sure, I'll
Mhm.
keep it for you. So sometimes people would be like, "Hey, Eunice, can I grab that card again?" And I'd be busy, so I'd be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, log into my account." And then they're,
Mm-mm.
they're like, "Okay, what's the username?" And like, "Oh, this is the username, this is the password."
Yeah.
And then, so since everybody knows the username, since they would like go in and out of the account,
Mm-mm.
sometimes papasok ko ng computer shop, and then they're like, "Uy, andyan na si Smile," and I'm like, "Okay, all right, sige."
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't know na people were pronouncing it like that. Kasi I wasn't even saying it. Parang, yun lang yung username, yun lang yung password.
Yeah, gets yeah.
And then the moment somebody actually said it out loud and then it turned into an identity of mine, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's kind of cute. Sige, gamitin
Yeah.
natin for run online and then auto-jam.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's where Husmile came from.
At least you chose like a good username. Because like at that age, diba, parang when we were young, we would think of their most random usernames like Princess Rockstar XOXO, yung mga ganon. But at least you chose something that you can really like own until now. So Huhsmile. I love the origin story of Huhsmile. So that's really cute. Like it was very random also, but that's
Mm-mm.
really nice that you're able to run with it even after all this time. But now that you're Huhsmile, you also came out with your debut single not too long ago entitled Kung Pwede Lang. So I do want to talk about this more. So could you tell us what this actually about and what inspired it?
Ah, gosh. All right, sige. Kung pwede lang,
Mhm,
kung pwede lang is kind of like a throwback song, I would say.
mhm,
Kasi I was discussing with the team like, okay, what kind of song do you guys like feel like I should be like doing like, and they're
mhm.
like, no, it's your call, it's your music.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mhm,
okay, yeah, let's go for something nostalgic, I would say. So I was thinking along the lines of like high school, and then the awkward moments in high school when you have a crush and you're
yeah.
like playing hot and cold with each other,
Yeah, yeah.
but then it's like, okay, I guess we're done. So you like ignore them. And then
Mhm.
they come up to your locker and they're like, "Oi." And you're like,
Wow. Yeah. Exactly.
or or or
Yeah.
or or if it's done now or you feel like it's done, he'd be like nagpapa-cute sa friends niya to make pa-cute sa'yo na parang, "Uy, pasabi naman kay ganyan, no?" And
Oh
you're
my
like,
god, kilig.
'di ba? So I banked on that personality,
Mhm,
that kind of person na parang,
mhm.
"Sakit mo sa ulo, no?"
Yeah.
And like I made it into a song. And that's why like Kung Pwede Lang is very aggressive. So
Yeah.
you can't really play it because there's the G cursor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
so I was like, I actually asked, I was like, hey Tiny, these are my lyrics. Are these okay? And
Mm-mm.
he's like, hmm, yeah, sure. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say it's just like a very honest rendition of like high school, and then like the frustrating feelings that you get when you're like when you're dealing with a crush who's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean now that you kind of explained it more. Parang, alam mo yung guy na he knows you think he's cute and he's just like trying to make pa cute to you and you're just like, "You're so annoying. I hate you." Yung mga ganon. So I feel the aggression in this song because that's really annoying nga. I mean, sa mga nanonood, I'm sure na-experience yun na din yun. It's very relatable. And the lyrics are actually one of my favorite things about this song because it's so honest and I so feel you. I mean, I've experienced this person too. So do you have like a favorite line in this song?
Oh god, I would say it's the first line, which is sawang-sawa na ako sa pagmumukha mo. Because that's how I
So
started,
catchy. So
right?
good.
I
Yeah.
I I woke up that day. I was like, right, I'm supposed to be writing a song.
Mhm.
Okay. And then like in my head, I was like, ano nga ba itsura nung mga guy na like I had to deal
Mhm.
with? And then like all
Mm.
of their faces flash in my head, and then I'm like, yeah, they're cute, but also I'm over it. So like
Yeah.
I started the first line like that. Sawang-sawa na ako sa pagmumukha mo.
Mhm.
Um, and I ran with that. That's like the
Mhm.
opening line, but I felt like the moment I wrote it, I was like, "Oh, we have something to work with here." And I
Yeah.
think that's why it's my favorite. Yeah.
My God, I love it so much because it's so relatable. Feeling ko any girl or any guy actually in their lifetime have also experienced this. So it's a very, very relatable song. But for you, how does it feel to kind of have your debut single out as a solo artist and as Huhsmile?
Ah, gosh. I would say it's a little confusing that
Mm.
my high school username and my actual artist name is the same.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So So, like, if you Google Huhsmile, you'll get, like, old stuff that I posted and then also professional new stuff, and I'm like,
Mm.
"I guess we can't take this back now." Paninindigan na natin 'to.
Yeah.
Um, but it's great. I would say I like that the jump wasn't too far. It's not
Mm.
like a complete overhaul of my personality.
Yeah.
It's not a complete 360 of the personality that I already have on the internet, because
Mm-mm.
it's the same one. It's just like, hey, we have an actual career now, I guess. And it's scary, but it's comforting. I would say also, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I mean, like what you said, it's kind of weird, like your high school username, and then now it's also kind of like your professional name, and having those two worlds kind of collide. But I feel like it's such a great moment for you too. You've seen how much you've grown in the past years as well as Hotmail. So I'm sure a lot of people are also really excited to see what else you're working on because I'm sure everyone loves Kung Pwede Lang. I saw up comments like people saying that this is a song for all the marupok people out there. I mean, I feel you. I feel like it also can apply to that. But you mentioned a while ago you've been working on a lot of music. So what else can we expect coming from Husmile, especially now that you have your debut single out?
Ooh, okay. I'm really excited to like work on something softer because Kung Pwede Lang is kind of angry, kind of
Mhm.
like, all right, hi, hello, I'm Husmile. This is my personality, but
Yeah.
also, I'm excited to have you guys like listen to some of my softer songs. I'm working on something that TikTok has seen firsthand, and they're like, I
Mhm.
want this on Spotify, and I'm like, got you,
Let's
I'm working
go.
on it. Wait lang.
Yeah.
So, I would say expect a lot of songs that are cute, like very cutesy songs that you would play if you're like crushing on someone. It's just I, I'm
Oh.
I like the feelings associated with like yearning for other people, or like the feelings
Yeah.
associated with like just fondly having a person, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to work on something like that. So
Mhm.
um like a big contrast to Kung Pwede Lang, you
Mhm.
guys can expect like more chiller songs for me, and
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that because I feel like that's like one of my best assets in terms of like what's bagay with my bosses, because I put
Yeah.
people to sleep with this voice, ma'am.
Wow. I love it. No, but I'm so excited because I also agree. I love the feeling of having a crush. Yung parang super innocent, like happy crush lang. That's one of the best feelings ever. So I'm excited to see everything else that you have in store for all of us. Because after Kung Pwede Lang, you've shown so much talent and already so much potential also as an artist. And I'm curious, like, are you ever planning on kind of meshing your art with your music also, especially now that you're doing both?
Uh if it's like if it's like if it shows up in a possibility, maybe,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I would say it's kind of like I don't want the art to be like the personality of the music, because I
Mhm.
feel like they're two separate worlds. Like in my art, I'm allowed to be like funnier, I'm allowed to be like more crass, but
Yeah.
I feel in my music, uh it's different because when I make music, I know
Mhm.
I'm making it for myself, and just if other
Mhm.
people like it, they're like, "Oh, that's cool." But when I'm drawing, I know that I'm like considering how other people look at it. So
Mhm.
I kind of don't really want to mix them together just yet. But if it's if it's possible to like maybe in a certain song or like a certain project where I can like mesh them together in a way that works, wherein it doesn't
Yeah.
like compromise the other, I
Mhm.
would consider it. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if the opportunity represents itself, why not? So I'm sure a lot of people are excited for that too. But also, since you're starting your music journey as Huhsmile, like even more so now, are there any kind of or are there other artists that you would want to work with or collaborate with, both locally or internationally?
Oh gosh. Um, I do want to duet with somebody. Like,
Ooh.
I feel like that would be super cool to like either duet with, oh god, Rob Daniel. Wait, Ulap is such a pop. I'm like, wait,
I
that's
just
so
interviewed
cool.
him
Oh
like a few
god.
days ago.
Oh god, he's so cool. He's so good. That, or I don't know. I've always loved like Up Dharma Down,
Mhm.
but I feel like my
Ah,
voice is too tiny for their songs.
I feel like kabagay though. I think it would. Yeah.
It sounds so adult kasi, like, in a really cool, mature type of way, and then I feel
Mhm,
like my
mhm.
voice is always just like, "Hello, hi, kamusta kayo?" So, I don't know if it'll work, but, like, I've loved them for the longest time, and if that would be a possibility, that would be super cool. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you never know. Really, the universe works in mysterious ways, so we really don't know. And I hope to have you soon, like back. I hope to have you back here, and maybe by then you would have already collaborated with one of those, or maybe both of those artists. You never know. So I'm really, really happy to have you stop by here, Eunice. But before I let you go, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting you and listening to your music?
Oh, okay. So hi guys. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you guys are excited to hear from like me soon also, because I have like a bunch of stuff that I'm working on and I'm excited to share with you guys. But
Mhm.
thank you for the streams, thank you for the views, thank you for the likes, and I will see you guys on the internet because apparently that is where we all live now.
Yes, that is so true, right? I mean, we met here, but I'm happy that we were able to meet because of the internet. So thank you so much, Eunice or Husmile, for joining us today because, we were really able to get to know you even more with your journey in music and just everything that you've done with your art and music. So we have so much to look forward to. But where can people follow you online?
Oh, sure. So I'm on Facebook at Huhsmile. I'm on Twitter at Huhsmile, Instagram at Huhsmile. It's my username for all of the platforms. I'm on
Yes.
TikTok as Huhsmile. It's called consistency, I guess.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you guys are interested in looking at silly comics and reading about me as I watch a new anime for the season, I will see you guys there. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I'm curious, what anime are you watching right now?
Right now, I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
Me
Right.
too.
It's so good.
It's
Okay,
so good. It's so
so
good.
good. Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
And then I am trying to catch up on Haikyuu.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's like my favorite. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
we are like
Okay.
bonded forever now, guys. You
Okay.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
experienced that Husmile VJ Sam
Yeah. Mhm.
connection.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
thank you so much, Eunice, for joining us today. And to everyone watching, make sure to follow us then on our official social media on Mix. And we'd also like to invite everyone to watch out for our newest dating show on Kumu. It is called Mix and a Match, and this is hosted by the online personality Dora. So, guys, to all the single people out there, if you're ready to fall in love, maybe this is for you. So, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is to create a 1 minute Kumu clips introducing yourself. Tell us why you're single, describe your perfect match, and why you think you're ready for love. So, post it on Kumu and use the hashtag Mix and Match. So, we can't wait to see all of your entries. But thank you once again for joining us here on a MYXclusive with our very special guest, Eunice or Huhsmile. And once again, thank you so much, Eunice.
Thank you for
Thank
having me. This is
you.
so
Thank
fun.
you. It
Thank
was so
you.
much fun. We are bonded forever now. But thank you,
Yep.
everyone.
Thank
This
you
has
guys.
been Sam with 2M. So see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.